Good afternoon. It's 3 o'clock on June 11th. We're having a meeting of the Uintah County Commission. We're in the Commission chambers. Today we have Brenda McDonald for the prayer and Marjorie Schewel for the Pledge of Allegiance. Maybe.
Brenda might be doing them both.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you very much. Before we get going, let me thank the people that showed up yesterday to Work Commission meeting. We had a very good turnout and very good conversation. I appreciate that. So just a reminder, 9 o'clock on Mondays, we usually have a work session meeting where we really love comments and have people get involved with us. The agenda is on the state website for meetings, so you can see what we're going to discuss. All right. First order of business today, the approval of minutes for June 3rd, 2024 work session and June 4th, 2024 meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion to approve those.
Okay. I'll call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Mr. Wilkins?
Commissioners, I have warrants from June 6th in the amount of $575,443.31. A couple that I've wanted to bring out on this one is check to the Central Dispatch Communications for $140,538.32. This was for equipment for 911. Also, there was a check to Green River Construction for building improvements for the pre-trial services. Thank you. I just went blank. And then we received a grant that we purchased a four-wheeler or a side-by-side, I think it was, from RMT Equipment for $11,325. I do have one claim check number 392544 to Lexipol for $3,067. There was no PO obtained or anything on this, and so I just felt it'd be safe to cover it. So that would be the claim for this one.
How much did you say the Green River Construction was?
Green River Construction was $109,185.
Okay, thank
And
you.
I think they're getting pretty
How
close
come
to
that
having
was
that
never
done.
completed? You know, the top stairs, Mike?
Pardon me?
How come that upstairs down there was never completed? Is that what they're completing?
No,
They're
it's-
actually
this
doing a
is on
room
the main
downstairs.
floor.
Downstairs. The upstairs was,
Upstairs, there's some shelled areas that was not needed at the time that the building was built, but for the to fit, they were there and there for rent for anybody that wants to rent from us. We'll finish them off
the
and rent.
wires hanging out of the roof and all that stuff. Looked like
I-
they just was doing it and then somebody hollered fire and they left.
No, they didn't have, they built it specifications and they didn't have
Right.
anybody to build for, so they just left it that way. So, okay, do I have a motion?
I would make a motion to approve the claim with Lexipol for $3,067 as presented.
Second?
Okay, vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We have any tax matters today?
I don't have any tax matters, but I do have the next one.
Okay. 2024 certified tax rate approval.
Commissioners, in yesterday's work session, presented the certified tax rate for Uintah County at 001385 with the proposed tax rate of the same 001385 to bring in a total revenue to Uintah County is $7,812,500. So I present that to you today for your approval.
How much was that with new growth or new taxes? Above last year?
$85,000.
85,000 more than what it was last year.
Okay, we have a motion.
I would make a motion that we approve the certified tax rate at .001385 as presented.
Okay,
No, second.
call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
We have the county assessing and collecting rate of 0.00449 as the certified rate, and proposed rate the same, 0.00449, bringing in $2,558,407.
Did you say assessing and collecting?
This is assessing and collecting. This is the local assessing and collecting.
And that just goes to pay for
For the
what we
assessing
have
and
to do to
collecting.
assess and collect. Okay.
Okay, have a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, call for a vote.
Aye.
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 All righty, pass. Ms. Byrd, you're on. Department of Workforce Services Contract Amendment for Meals on Wheels, Contract 24/DWS 0045.
Yeah. Didn't you say Becky
I
Richards?
always said Mrs. Byrd, but
Oh,
Becky was next.
It's
She knew.
Becky, Indigent Defense, number 6.
Oh, I already wiped you off, you're done.
Oh, good.
Sorry. I got carried away there with the pen, I apologize.
Okay. Becky Richards, Public Defender Office. This is an agreement for Uintah Indigent Defense Commission. It's a Title IV-E agreement. This is a renewal agreement between the Utah Indigent Defense Commission and Uintah County. It's for legal representation of parents in foster care or eligible for foster care. The agreement runs for 5 years. It begins July 1st, 2024, ending June 30th, 2029. This agreement is the federal government will reimburse the state of Utah for 50% of allowable Title IV-E administrative costs. So it's allowable expenses times the penetration rate, and then they reimburse us at 50% of that.
Okay, any questions? Have a motion?
Any comments, John, or the contract? You good?
Yeah, we took a look at it, and
No.
it's great.
I would make a motion then that we approve the Utah Indigent Defense Commission Title IV-E contract as presented.
Second.
Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. I'm not gonna say anything, I already called you once.
Okay, good. Gennie Bird, Purchasing and Grants. I have a grant contract that, it's an amendment. It's from the Department of Workforce Services. It's contract number 24 DWS 0045. It's for our community development block grant for the Meals on Wheels vehicle. We ordered this truck, but there are delays in manufacturing, so we asked for a 6-month extension. So now the new end date of this contract is December 31st of this year. So I'm asking for your approval on this, and I believe this one has electronic signatures as well.
Any change in price?
Nope, just the contract end date.
Was moved.
Okay. Call for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve the contract 24DWS 0045 as presented by Gennie Bird for the extension of the grant money till December 31st.
Okay. Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Deanna?
All right, so this is a request for a road vacation. We Didn't discuss it in the work session yesterday because, is it not on?
No.
We didn't have the map for the ordinance. So we've got that now and everything is good to go there. So this area is located in the Moffett Town site. It's about a mile east of the La Pointe Road turnoff, I guess, to go to between Highway 40 and La Pointe. Just kind of zoom in on the property here. So the applicant is Bryan Rhoades. He owns this property here. He's got these alleyways from the Moffett Town site that they're trying to vacate. All the neighbors are on board. The Nyes and the Johnsons all have signed the application, and they're good to go with that. This is in the C1 zone. His property is C1. The surrounding properties are A4. And then there's some more C1 commercial all along Highway 40. There's just kind of spots of C1 commercial zoning. The applicant's looking at dividing the property, and he just wants to, he's already using all this property in the purple there. They've kind of just got a neighbor agreement that they're using each other. Well, I guess it's not the neighbors, it's the county's property. But he's got his fences all there, and he would like to divide the property, but he's trying to get as much space as he can out of it first. And he'll keep one and then sell the second property. He just stated in his application that the alleyway is no longer needed or required in this, for this use. And this is a public hearing, so we would need to have a public hearing about it, and then we've got the ordinance that needs to be approved after.
Okay, as was announced, this is a public hearing. If anyone has something to add to this, please come forward to the microphone and enlighten us with your thoughts. Make sure you tell us who you are first, in case we don't know you, ma'am.
Brenda McDonald, Uintah County Recorder. So according to state code, I will separate that road and divide it between the property owners. The road between Nay and that top corner up there will probably have an angle on it partway through. Don't know if you can see. It will look funny because I have to divide it equally to those adjoining properties. So I will have to go at a 45-degree angle on that for the Johnson and the Nay property for that section there, just so you know. It's just a FYI.
That was gonna be my question, because I remember that when we vacate something like this, then it's owned by each owner half
Right.
on each side
So
of
at that corner, there will be an angle at that to divide it equally.
Just
When
be divided
we,
up.
I got a question on that. So we
Okay.
do that when the road is straddling the property line.
No. State code says to divide it between those adjoining properties that adjoin to that road equally, to the center of the road.
We do that on the, I'm understanding on here, but, so the Nye property, so their property's gonna jut out then?
Yes.
At that point?
Theirs will go to the center of the road along with the roads. And then Johnson's will come south and the roads will go north. But that top corner will be at a 45-degree between Nay and Johnson.
Because I can see the application of that between the Johnsons and the roads, because that defines where their line is, but the parcel number, which is the Nye property, going north and south, I don't know if that can that be expanded out just a little bit so we can see that property line? It's on the exhibit, but I don't know if that's a static, is that a static image?
I've got the interactive map. I can zoom in here. Is that what you're looking for? Sorry.
No, you're good. I know it takes a bit to adjust it.
Okay. It's really sensitive.
Well, and it's hard with the background on there
Yeah.
too.
Are you looking at the top corner? Is that what you're trying to look
Yeah.
at?
So that
Sorry, it keeps
corner,
wanting to select it.
they both have the equal thing, so I will do a 45 on there.
And I think we have, can you go down just a bit? I thought I saw her. I know, it's so,
The other
it's
way
hard.
down.
It's okay.
Down this way?
Yeah, down to the highway.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember, and this is just where, we're having the discussion today, because like you said, we weren't able to yesterday. So I'm just trying to hit all these points. There was an alleyway in this same area where Uintah County actually conferred the right for Highway 40 to be in there, because there was that portion of an alleyway. Is that this alleyway?
No. Yeah,
At the Moffett County one?
that,
These here?
yeah, that's over on the other side of the highway.
That was on that part?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I just remembered that we had done something in there in the past. So I just
Yeah,
wanted to.
so if you'll look right in here, these all went to the state along the top right there.
That's where the house sat out there for a
That's,
while.
well, and they, because they worked on that road, they widened their width, and so all of those came across the top. So if you were to look at those are owned by the state, for the highway.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do we address these only as they come up from the property owners? Because it looks like there's one from the property we're talking about to the west, I guess it would be.
Only those that road is touching are the only road that
Well, I'm just saying, like, you can see there's another alleyway behind the property there to the west that showing right there.
So you're wondering
Do
if we can
we
just go
not
on?
deal with that unless the property owners request it, or? Okay.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Okay, we'll close the public hearing.
And
Well,
then, I just want to let you know that the applicant was aware, I did let him know that the property would need to be split between all the property owners, and then they're planning on doing a lot line adjustments to.
So just real
give it to
quick,
him,
and maybe
so.
my brain's not firing. We had, John, did you open the public hearing when you announced it, or did you just have her come up and talk about it?
No, I announced it.
He's at public meeting.
To open the public hearing, or just the
After I
agenda
presented it,
item?
he announced the public
Okay.
hearing.
I opened the
Okay.
public hearing.
Yeah.
She presented, then I opened the public hearing.
Okay.
Ask for comments and.
Okay.
Okay,
And then the road vacation committee did recommend to vacate these roads, these alleys.
okay. Number 9, ordinance 06-10-2024-01, Class D road vacation. Bryan Rhoades.
Let's see, no objections or issues. I would make a motion that we approve ordinance number 06-10-2024-01, the Class D road vacation as has been presented.
Second.
Okay, call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. You get the next one too, or is Matt gonna do it?
Matt.
You gonna do it? Okay. Yep. Hideaway Lane subdivision.
Yeah, Matt Kazir with Community Development Office. Let's see, we have for your approval the acceptance of the road, which is 1290 North. That's within the Hideaway Lane subdivision. This is a new subdivision. The 1290 North road comes off of 1500 West. If you drive up there, you'll see there's some houses being built back in there. I do have an email from both Scott Hardman with the road department and Jeremy Raymond with the fire district, saying that they've inspected the road and it meets county and fire code specifications. And so with that, we do have an affidavit here that gets signed, that gets recorded, that shows that it's been accepted. And then we'll come back and amend the transportation map.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'd make a motion to accept the road as presented for the Hideaway Lane subdivision as presented by Matt Kazir.
Vote?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, our next one is appointment of Uintah County Boundary Commission members. Takes 2 elected county officers and 1 alternate are needed to sit on the Boundary Commission for the purpose of hearing protests to annexation. These 3 elected officers must be appointed by the county commissioners. They must be elected officials. Okay. Do I have any recommendations?
Yes,
I think she had.
I would like to recommend that we appoint Brenda McDonald, the recorder, and Brock Slaw, the county surveyor, and then as the alternate, Mike Wilkins, the clerk-auditor.
I'll second.
Oh, you're with that too, huh?
Yeah. Okay. As long as it's not us, right?
So are you making that in motion?
Yes.
Okay, and you're seconding her
Yeah,
motion?
yeah.
Okay, we'll call for a vote then.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all. Appreciate your volunteerism.
Kinda sounded like a train to me, but it was.
It was either that or voluntold. I can't remember which. No. Okay.
Is there a time limit on how long you serve on that? Normally, we put in the minutes that that's for.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, do what now?
The term of their.
Yeah.
So they're 4-year terms, but when it's first set up, the term lengths are determined by lot, is what it says. So to begin with, that's gonna be decided when you guys all get together, and that'll be decided at your first meeting, I guess. And then they're 4-year terms at that point.
I would think it would make sense, though, to coincide with their term of office, so that if they didn't run again or were not elected, then it would, move
Right,
to
if they can make it
someone
work with all the different municipalities.
Yeah.
else.
Because
Correct,
they'll be the same situation.
yes.
Does that need to be put in the minutes? It's up until the end of their 4 years or at the end of the term of office. I don't know if we need that. Well, I think that'd take care of itself.
If it does,
John.
yeah, I mean,
I think that's in the law, actually.
I would just follow the statute
So
on that.
that'll just be done
Okay.
at their meeting.
Thank you for the clarification, ma'am. All right, now it's time for public comment. Public comment is a time for public comment, not public debate. County will listen to the comments made and take them into consideration. County will not be responding to comments or answering questions. The comments made might be something that the county has no power to act on. This is a recorded public meeting. If someone would like to make a comment, they will need to wait until the microphone is available and state their name for the record. Please be respectful, no interrupting. Please wait your turn. There will be a total of 15 minutes, and each speaker will have 3 minutes to make their comments. Does anyone like to make a comment? Please come forward to the microphones. One of them.
Brenda McDonald, Uintah County Recorder, and this is a shout out to the deputies in my office. We have this year received so many cards of thank you. We've received candy delivered of people that we have helped, not even realizing that there was any type of a hardship or anything there. And I just want to tell my staff, thank you. Because, and I do in the office, but I don't publicly, and they have worked really hard. And it shows with all the thank yous that we've received this year.
Well, make sure you tell them we appreciate them and thank you.
Yes.
Oh, go, back up, back up.
I didn't say me.
No, thank you. I appreciate the information. However, explain Property Watch and why it is becoming more and more important now, please.
Okay. I believe I'm probably speaking to the choir. Everybody here, I think, has probably heard about Property Watch, but maybe there's somebody online. Property Watch is really getting important. The state has recognized that. They've passed some laws this year regarding property. There is a lot of property fraud out there. And in the last month, I have had 2 people in my office that they have found their property has been listed on Realtor.com when they haven't listed their property for sale. It is very important. I've had Property Watch set up since 2019. You can go in on my website and sign your own property up for Property Watch. What it is, you'll put your email in, your address, your name, and then I approve that if your name is on the property. I don't let somebody sign up for someone else's property. This is so that you can keep an eye on your own property and that you can sleep at night knowing that it's still in your name. If a document comes in and it's recorded against your property, you will get an email if you've signed up for Property Watch. That email will tell you what the document was, what kind of document it is. If it's a quitclaim deed, it will say that. It will tell you the entry number of that. It will tell you who the grantor and the grantee are. The grantor is the person given the property, the grantee is the person receiving the property. If you did not do that deed, that quitclaim deed, come into the office, get a copy, and go file a complaint with the sheriff or Vernal City, wherever you live, and start an investigation on that. Utah has passed a couple of bills this year. One is to expedite that through court so that they can get it into court quick and shut down anything happening with that property until it's settled in court, which would be expedited also. They've also passed a bill that I put it on the tax notice and the evaluation notice, the website, so that you can go sign up for Property Watch. That will be on the next 3 years, 6 times, with the evaluation in July, your tax notice in October. So it will be on the next 3 years, telling people to sign up for that. It is important. We are having people target our area. And I do have records online, but they have to pay a subscription to get to those records. I can see anything that they're looking at. So far, we've watched closely to make sure people aren't targeting our area, because we don't want that to happen in Uintah County. So we're doing our share, but your share is get signed up for Property Watch. If I see a question, have a question, your email address is kind of crazy name to it, and I don't know that it's really you, I'm going to reach out and say, hey, call me to verify. But I do want people to sign up for their own property, and I have rejected people for signing up for other people's property. If you have an elderly parent or someone that you need to keep an eye on their property, I suggest you call me or come into the office, and we'll do it that way. Because if your name's not on the property, I will reject it. So, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
But it's not really public comment, just
Go ahead.
good stuff.
Go ahead.
Let me start the clock, 3 minutes.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to, when she brought that up, it made me think, I am very appreciative of all the employees and people in the county. I think they do a wonderful job every day, working hard because they love this community and want to serve the community and want to make it better. So I just want them to know that I appreciate them. I believe we all appreciate them, and we're thankful that they're here. And I also wanted to give a shout out because we had the ATV Jamboree weekend before this last, and then we had the Jeep Rock Rally, I think it's called, this last weekend, and that was not the only thing. There were races out at the oval track, there were baseball, there was, yeah.
2 jackpots. We're missing some. There's 7 things went on
I
this
know.
weekend. We get the 9.
So there are a lot of things that go on in this
3-on-3
community.
soccer tournament.
Yep,
There's 7 things
all this weekend.
altogether, and I can't
Yeah.
remember. What are we missing?
I'm sure we're missing something, but the point is, we have a lot of activities here. I believe they're trying to put them all on the This Is Vernal calendar. If not, if you have some events like this that are public events, we encourage you to post those on the This Is Vernal calendar. People in the community can look on that, or people that are visiting us can look on there to see what's going on in our community. But there's a lot going on. Throughout this whole summer, there will be a lot of activities, and there's the day trips, and there's library things going on. There's so many things that we want you to be aware of and have the opportunity. Passport to Summer. I mean, there's a lot of things for kids, for adults, and so please, if you have any questions, probably contact Travel and Tourism Office. She has a lot of the answers there, but it is also online on that calendar, thisisvernal.com.
Rodeo this weekend.
Yeah, oh yeah, and the rodeo is coming up this weekend, the what do they call that? The Wednesday night one?
Thursday night.
Well, the
Thursday,
Wednesday
Friday.
night.
Oh, the showdown.
No, the showdown, but it's the, not special needs, but the.
Oh, the special rodeo.
Yeah, the special rodeo is Wednesday night, and then the rodeo itself will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night with concert Friday and Saturday. The country showdown is what, Wednesday night?
Wednesday.
Wednesday night in the old True Value parking lot on about 300 West Main. So there's a lot going on.
Wear your pink on Thursday night.
Okay.
John, why don't you give us an update on the John Wesley Powell River stuff?
Can I just say, go to the Facebook pages and find everything out?
No, you can't.
I can't.
Put it on, please put it on the This Is Vernal
I've,
calendar.
I've sent that request to Alicia, and
Okay.
she said she would.
Okay, awesome.
So that's great. Yeah, Alicia's been awesome about it. So in 2 weeks, we have opening night for the John Wesley Powell musical. It is a locally produced musical with some national music on it by an artist named Alan Doyle. And you can go find the playlist on the Facebook pages and listen to that music. The cast has I think we have about 22 cast members, which is really great, and an awesome production team. It's going to be on the newly remodeled amphitheater stage, which will be pretty exciting. New seating and everything there. So for those of you that liked having the white powder on your butt after you left a show there, you will be disappointed because there's no more white powder. So yeah, brand new stadium seating, which will be really good. And the musical is going really, really well. For opening night, we do have a pretty exciting announcement. The document won't be made public until the night of, but the governor of the state of Utah has issued an official declaration commemorating the 155th anniversary of the Powell expedition. And then it goes into the importance of the Green River and the Colorado River to our economies and our way of life and recreation and everything else. And also highlights the 6th annual John Wesley Powell River Festival that is in July. So on July 25th through the 28th, the governor has declared that as Utah River Rafting Weekend. So we have both of our activities being promoted in that declaration. And that will be read verbatim at 7 o'clock, well, at 8 o'clock right before the opening show. And there we go. Hopefully people can go.
They'll, since I get to tell the story, I think about 6 years ago, we was sitting in a meeting and John was reading his Facebook page or whatever. He said, hey, do you guys know this is the 150th anniversary? So this all kind of started, and I'm just joking there.
So 2019.
Yeah,
is when it happened, yeah.
promoted it then, started up then. He wrote this play, and I don't know how much
Some guy named John wrote it.
John Sturmer.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I don't like public attention, but I want people to know that it is as historically accurate. There's a great podcast. I would just say go to channel6.com. They did a great podcast on it. You can get the whole backstory. But I will say this part. Nothing bugs me more than when I watch a movie and it says based off of something, and then you find out there was a horse named Jack, but then Jack did nothing that's portrayed in the movies, right? They're just like, hey, let's make up our own story. And I think that's just absolutely lame. So one of the things that I've really tried to do is take the least amount of artistic liberty in this musical and make it as historically accurate. And the way that I did that is I gathered the 3 journals that actually survived from that trip. And when I could put the expedition members' own words into the dialogue, I did that. So the way Jack Sumner would say something, the way that George Bradley would say something, the way that John Powell would say something, if I could pull it from their own journal entries and the way they said it, then it was in there. I just had to change the tense or something like that to make it fit for dialogue. But every named person in the play is real. I didn't make up any named individuals in the play. They actually existed in United States history. And the places that are mentioned are all real too. And because I live here, I chose to tell the story here, not the story of Moab, not the story of Page, Arizona, not the story of. We're telling the story of what happened here. So
tremendous amount of work.
Go watch the podcast.
Tremendous amount of work, John, and it's been fun to watch as you've developed this and growing it here in our valley, and we appreciate it. Thank you, and can't wait to see it.
It'll be good.
Thank you.
It'll be a party.
Oh, yeah.
Along the same lines, I just remembered that we will not be having a meeting next week or the next week. Next week, due to the Juneteenth holiday, the county will be honoring that on Monday instead of Wednesday, when it actually is the 19th.
Per state law.
Yep. Well, no, other places, federal laws, they're doing it on
That's what I said,
Wednesday.
state law.
We're
The
doing
governor
it on
said Monday.
Monday. And then the next week will be the primary election on Tuesday, so we will not be having a meeting that week either. Just for everyone's information, neither a work session or a commission meeting. So the next one will be in July.
Anything else? All right, we'll close public comment and whatever we just did. Okay,
So, yeah, can we just, Commissioner Horrocks asked the question on the closed session. Do we have additional information from the closed sessions yesterday? We had it on there just in case there was. I know a few emails went out to Sonia. Have you heard anything back on the emails that you sent out?
Yes, a little bit.
Should we
I
have a
think-
closed session then?
We could just share that. That
Okay,
would be
all right.
quick.
That'll be,
Yes.
okay, then let's do a closed session then. Just on number 14, we
14.
don't need number 13.
Okay. So I would make a motion that we go into closed session for the purpose of discussing the purchase, exchange, or lease of real property when public discussion of the transaction would disclose the appraisal or estimated value of the property under consideration or prevent the public body from completing the transaction on the best possible terms. And then when we are finished, come into open session and adjourn.
And where would that
Adjourn.
go?
And we will go into the small conference room.
Second.
Vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all for attending.
I know that.